This is my testimony of God's love and how He provided for me when I found out I had breast cancer this past April. The doctor who biopsied the small lump, which my gynecologist had felt during an annual exam, called to tell me that it was breast cancer, and it was invasive. I was completely shocked that it turned out to be cancer because I was absolutely certain that the result would be benign, because I was one of those healthy people who researched and ate healthy foods, exercised regularly, spent time finding safe shampoos, soaps, and had never smoked. While I was still questioning the result in my mind, the doctor was telling me that I would probably need to have a lumpectomy followed by radiation and chemotherapy. She told me the next step was to call the breast surgery department at Inglewood Hospital to make an appointment with a breast surgeon. After the call ended, I got over the shock and then I cried. I knew God was with me and He would help me through what was to come, but I was not happy about it. God's love for me kept me calm, and the next day I was able to carry on as usual. I sent the kids off to school, went to the dentist, got a haircut, and made an appointment with a breast surgeon. The following day was Wednesday, Bible study. I went that morning feeling mixed emotions. How will the ladies react? How was I going to share this? It was only the 5th week since the study started, and I was just starting to get to know them. But I needn't have worried because God had taken care to make it smooth and easy. First, it turned out to be a smaller gathering than usual. And most importantly, God asked Sunhee to be there. She had considered not coming that day because she had a lot of things to take care of, but felt that God told her she should go anyway. Sunhee had gone through breast cancer 6 years ago. It turned out that the breast surgeon who had performed her surgery was the same one I had the appointment with the following week. I found that reassuring. After our Bible study, the ladies prayed for me and my family. I felt God's loving presence strongly. After I let my TLC family know, they formed a fasting chain for the days leading up to my consultation with the surgeon. Then a chat room was set up on Kakao so that our TLC could write prayers and encourage me as a group. Their show of love, support, and faith was amazing throughout. I felt that God had handpicked each person in the TLC. Although my husband's faith was fairly new, he fasted for me and constantly throughout the months leading up to my surgery and started writing prayers for me daily during his commute to work. At that time, my husband and I had been attending Joy for 9 months. Being in a TLC and taking a Bible study class were first-time experiences for us. We had not been a part of any church as a family before. Our biggest reason for deciding to start attending church was that we wanted our 4-year-old children to grow up knowing God. He had given us more than we could imagine or ask when He blessed us with our boy and girl twins. To me, they are miracles God had decided to entrust us with, and I wanted to thank Him by making sure they would know Him and love Him. Now I see that God knew we would need to be part of a faithful church even more than we thought. When I needed guidance about which surgery to choose, God provided by sending me the right people and circumstances. When I became confused and discouraged about the choice I ultimately made, God provided strength and encouragement by having the Bible study sisters chain fast and pray for me until the day of my surgery when I would be cancer-free. God was there for me at every step, leading me, and all I had to do was trust and follow Him. He gave me peace which surpasses all understanding. Because it was caught early and I had a mastectomy, I didn't need radiation. A little less than a month after the surgery, a test revealed that I would not need to have chemo. God heard every prayer and saw the hearts of those who fasted and made or ordered meals and delivered them to me for the 2 weeks following the surgery. I am still overwhelmed by all the light and love that God shined for me and my family during what could have been a dark time. In his loving kindness, God surrounded me with angels. This Bible verse sums up so well what God did for me. Exodus chapter 14, verses 13 and 14. Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Thank you.
I hope you guys love as much as I do to hear a testimony of what God's doing in our lives. Because God is really working. Even when we think he's quiet, he hasn't quit. And when he's still, he isn't. He's still working, okay? God is always working in our lives. So I just love to hear that. David Lee is going to come now and give us our congregational prayer. And we'll have our offering.